Ouais, non, moi, Dream Podcast.
Jésus.
Throughout history, Jesus. Jesus, c'est le first. Jesus, mais comme...
Moïse.
Non, mais il faut que ça soit le vrai Jesus. Je veux pas que ça soit, bro, un gars qui comme... Ça, c'est bon. Comme... C'est si le vrai Jesus, comme ça, avec les cheveux longs, puis comme, tu sais, on l'a créé. Si lui existait for real, je veux lui. Mais pas un petit gars qui comme... Juste parce que, comme, tu sais, ils ont basé ça sur lui parce que, comme, il était bon, puis peu importe. Mais sinon, Jesus... Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, c'est insane. Ah, Luka, tu sais quoi? Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
Ça, Joe Rogan, il a dit que ça c'est son fucking...
Non, moi, je pense comme...
Messi.
Mais comme on dit, comme, j'ai l'impression que Messi, il voulait juste dire j'aime
Non,
le soccer, j'aime le soccer,
Non,
j'aime
non
le
parce que
soccer.
Messi, il est pas autant comme... Mais il est devenu plus qu'avant. Il parle plus, puis il est plus extraverti qu'avant.
Il va juste dire qu'il aime le soccer.
Ronaldo, j'avais du fun avec, man. Ronaldo, l'affaire, qu'est-ce qui arriverait, c'est qu'après une heure, j'avais le goût de le geler, gros. J'ai posé des questions, je suis comme, bro... Comme tu penses vraiment que t'es meilleur que Messi, puis là il va commencer à parler, genre oui, je suis fucking le GOAT.
Peut-être Neymar, man.
Non, moi, le plus. Maradona. Parce que c'est le plus vocal les joueurs de soccer. Comme il parlait de comme politique et tout.
Peut-être aussi, il se faisait comme. Il a vécu comme une carrière fucked up, là, un peu.
Ouais, Neymar. Mais je veux dire, comme Maradona, il parle beaucoup, comme il était vraiment comme. Opinionated, puis il parlait beaucoup de politique, puis d'États-Unis, puis les Cubains, Fidel Castro, ces shit-là.
Je pense que c'est un podcast avec Donald Trump et tout, ça
ouais, ben, insane, bro. Avec Donald Trump, ça serait insane, là, bro. Elon Musk, ça serait insane.
Elon Musk, tout ça.
Mais je pense que Donald Trump, il est plus comme...
ça c'est plus excitant.
Que Elon Musk.
C'est plus des shit fuckés.
Donald Trump, je le pumperais, j'étais comme, il te dit des shit fuckés.
Pete Hexet, bro.
Pete Hexet.
Si tu donnes un peu de moins, c'est un peu d'alcool,
non, mais c'est sûr que tu bois avec. Le gars, c'est un alcoolique, Pete Hexet.
Ouais, je sais.
Sinon, attends, qui d'autre? À travers l'univers, à travers l'histoire.
Pete Hexet, genre, il a arrêté de boire.
Ouais.
Parce qu'il était alcoolique.
Non, mais il boit encore. Il a pas arrêté de boire, là.
C'est sûr.
Il boit encore. L'autre fois, j'ai vu une vidéo qui est comme il parle devant comme un comedy ou peu importe. Puis comme chaque fois, il est en train de boire un gin, puis il remet genre, il prend un sip, puis il le remet. Tu vois que c'est un
plus qu'il boit, plus qu'il prend.
Je pense que c'est des gin tonic qu'il boit.
Est-ce que c'est prêt, là?
Ouais, ça roule tout le long, là.
Ok, ça roule depuis
Ouais, ça roule tout le long, fait que juste.
Ok, c'est bon.
J'aime pas mes intros, là, fait que juste commencer ça comme ça. Là. Just started what would be your. Throughout history, who would be your ideal guest, like your dream guest? You can go Genghis Khan. That would be crazy. Throughout history. Throughout history. Jesus, Genghis Khan, Marcus Aurelius. Like, you know, like one of those guys.
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius.
That would be crazy. Fucking the Stoic. He invented Stoic philosophy.
And he was like one of the best Roman emperors. And like, like he lived like a crazy life like that. Like he lived like one of the most richest lives. And like, I don't think anyone in this modern day could have been as powerful as he's been. He was the most powerful man in the most powerful army of all that time. And like all his writings was like he was just like a normal person. Imagine,
bro, he was the emperor of the biggest empire of all time.
But now is the United States the biggest empire of all time?
But all time. It's Roman Empire.
Bigger than United States?
Yeah. United States still isn't as big as America.
Okay, maybe not as
big.
It's bigger,
I mean.
But I think it's the biggest army.
America?
Yeah.
No, but because you gotta take it and like you gotta calculate it fairly.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, okay, yeah. For that time, the Roman Empire was bigger than what the United States is now for this time.
Yes, exactly. Okay. That's what I mean. You have to be like fair.
Yeah.
What they say is that the Roman Empire, when it comes to success, it's the biggest empire of all time.
Okay, more than the United States right now?
Of course, more than what America is now in the world. Or let's say America's prime was like the 80s. That's what they say with Ronald Reagan. That was America's prime.
Now?
Yeah, that's what they say in terms of economy and everything. They say that America's prime is from, let's say, 1945.
But they're still in their prime.
Yeah, of course, they're still in their prime because it's not even been 100 years that they're on top of their game. Ever since
Roman
1945.
Empire was like 600 years.
1,000 years.
Right, there you go.
1,000 years, yeah.
And they still have, we're going to die and they're still going to be.
Yeah, of course, America, America, yeah. But they say that the Roman Empire is the most successful and the biggest empire of all time. Not Mongolian Genghis Khan, not Alexander the Great. Not him, but it's the Roman Empire that's like the most successful of all time.
Okay.
Alexander the Great would be a fucking good guess. Fucking he conquered.
But like, what would be like someone who's still alive today?
Oh, alive today? Trump.
Yeah, Trump would be crazy.
Musk.
I think Trump did the most right now, man, because of all the shit that's happening in the world right now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Trump. I mean, he's a fucking baller.
Or even Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, Putin would be fucking insane.
Be crazy.
He's really fucking smart.
Or even the guy from China.
Xi Jinping?
Yeah.
Xi Jinping.
I think like those three for me.
Yeah, that would
like,
be crazy. But those are politicians, so not everyone.
But I don't think I would ask them politics or something. I would just ask them like life questions.
I would
just
ask
to see how they are.
You know what I would ask Donald Trump? I'll be like, yo, broski. How much of a boss did you feel when you saw the video of Maduro telling you, come and get me, I'm in Miraflores, come and get me, cocksucker?
He really did that video?
Yeah, he did a video, and then there's, what's his name, the guy from Venezuela, Maduro. There's a video of him saying, come get me, I'm in Miraflores, but he was talking shit.
And he got him.
And Trump just went and got him.
Yeah, but
I'd be like, yo, bro, like, did you blast like 50 Cent after you got him? And you're like, yeah, that's what's up, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
But they have the by far the best army in the world.
Yeah, of course. It was easy. I think Maduro had like 80 Cuban soldiers, bodyguards, and the American soldiers killed them all.
And Venezuela's a poor country.
Yeah, of course, I know.
Like, they could even capture Mark Carney if they wanted to. So easily.
Yeah, the only leaders they couldn't is Russia and China. They couldn't go and get Putin no, because they're too powerful. I'm not saying that Russia's army...
maybe not. Because they're strong. Yeah, they have like... Yeah, maybe those are the only two guys that they can't touch. All the other guys they can touch.
Yeah.
Easily.
That's what's up. I saw a video of Andrew Tate is like, let me remind something to these French people and whatever. Europe is America's bitch, okay? Whatever America says.
It truly is.
It truly is.
Yeah,
that's why whenever I see like
Canada, we're so much their bitches. Like, I don't want to... Like, people say like, oh... It's like a competition within Canada. It's not like there's no competition. It's like maybe we're not like cooperating right now, but we're their bitches. Like we're like whatever they say, if they tell us to do it, we fucking do it.
And we shut the fuck up.
They're so much stronger.
They're so powerful, of course. And like Andrew Tate said, but it's so true. It's all these, because many people in Europe, especially liberal Europeans, they hate Trump and they're like, oh, he's far right. He's this racist guy, whatever. I'm like, guys, listen, America, those people, those Republicans that you guys hate so much, they run this fucking world. They're the fucking top G's right now. Him, Pete Hegseth, Elon Musk, those guys, JD Vance, those guys, if they go to France and they say, Macron, listen to me, you fucking baguette-eating motherfucker. You're going to do this, and that. No. They fucking do this, and that.
Maybe like on TV, they'll say, oh, no, we negotiated, but like, no. Like,
America,
like United States is stronger than... Put all of Europe and Canada together and they're still stronger than that.
America's army, they just signed off to $1 trillion per year budget for their army.
But you see, like, even like in like Canada's army, like they have difficult recruiting. Like their army is not nothing compared to the American.
I like the videos on Instagram when it's like, it's quote unquote, the US dollar isn't backed by anything. Then you have down it's like the backing, the fucking all the army, the navy, the airplanes and everything. It's like there's our fucking backing. There's the US economy backing, motherfuckers. The goddamn army. There's the fucking backing, bitch. Oh my.
It's a crazy backing, but like people hate on the United States, but. Like, I think it's not, like, who would you want else to be the superpower? No one else.
No one.
No one else.
I think, in my opinion, America's way, it's not perfect, but it's the best way to be the world leader.
Because Canada couldn't be the world
they'd be
leader.
Too nice.
Yeah.
They'd be too nice in terms of, oh, no,
you need to be fucked up
we can't do that. You know, sometimes you have to do what has to get done.
Yeah.
And America is a perfect combination, in my opinion. I mean, again, like I say, no one is perfect. No country is perfect. But it's the best combination of having democracy, being humane, but standing on fucking business when business needs to be standing on.
Yeah,
that's why I feel like America is.
It cannot be the Canada could never be the superpower because we're too nice, we're too small, we're too much in a Nordic country. Like, and we're only 40 million people. Like, we could never get it done. So, like, it's either United States, Russia, or China. And believe me, everyone, it's way better if it's America, the world power, than Russia or China.
A million times. What the fuck?
Times better. Like, I know a lot of people hate the United States, but they're the best, worst option.
Yeah, they're just, in my opinion, they're the best option. Thank God it's America. Because the difference is, in Russia, if a journalist, if a podcaster, if a speaker, whatever, speaks badly of Vladimir Putin, what happens to him? No one knows. No one can find him later on. Yeah. In America, you can literally say "fuck Trump." Nothing's gonna happen to you because there's democracy.
It's a real democracy.
Liberty.
There's
that's
elections
the difference.
Every 4 years, and you cannot be longer than 80 years, and then it's another guy. It's a true democracy.
And you can't cheat the elections, like you know how they say that Vladimir Putin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They probably cheat in the United States too.
I don't think so. I don't think they cheat.
I think there's fraud.
I don't think there's fraud. I don't think there can be fraud.
No, I think there is.
I don't think 100%. So. I think because
100%.
The reason is there's too much competition between each party that they're ready to do whatever it takes to uncover.
I know, but they do like smart, very smart, elaborate fraud, I'm sure.
Nah, I don't think so.
Because, man, like, I think about like capitalist North America, man, is like I work in business, and man, I'm telling you, people are very aggressive, man, in business and politics. I think it's even more than business, because politics is the ultimate power. Like when you get elected, you're literally like you're the one fucking deciding for the country. Like I think it gets very fucking competitive, man.
No, of course it gets competitive, but that's good. The competitiveness keeps everyone in check.
No, I know,
but good.
But I'm sure that like both sides are doing stuff that's like,
Listen, okay, I also work in sales, right? Let's say my dealership and another dealership. If my dealership was caught and the other dealership knows that we do fraudulent things with clients, they can't wait to tell everyone so that
fraud.
It will fuck up.
I wouldn't say it's election fraud. I would say like they're like finding a way. Like I know, like recently, like. Immigrants like that don't have their citizenship can vote and shit like that. So stuff like that, not like too blatantly.
Oh, okay,
like,
because they don't need
like
voter
that.
ID. Yeah, because the Democrats
like
they want that because they know that these immigrants are gonna vote for the Democratic Party, so they know it's in their favor to like no. That's
so
dumb.
Stuff like
No voter ID.
They don't do fake votes, but they find a way.
I mean, I think that's one thing is that they don't have voter ID. So some illegals who aren't citizens, basically, if you're not a citizen, you're not allowed to vote. They get a chance to vote and whatever. It's like us. That. We got the jab in Miami for COVID, and we're not even citizens. They didn't give a fuck.
Care. Yeah, they
didn't care.
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah, you want it? Here you go.
Yeah. They didn't care.
And that's another fucking blessing from America. When the whole world was fucking shut down, Florida and Texas, they're like, nah, we don't give a fuck. We're staying open.
But look, like
we're staying open.
That like, I still like maintain the same like during COVID. I remember when it happened, I was looking around and I was like, what the fuck are we doing, man? I can't like I understand like that for some people it was very like dangerous. And I understand. I know some people who had people in their family that it was very like dangerous for them and they could have died and all that. But like at the same time, the only thing that really bugged me in Canada is like that the government said like you cannot go outside past 7:30, and we're just like, oh, okay.
8:30.
Like okay, no problem. Like who the fuck is the government to tell us that we cannot go outside past 8:30? Like you're not like God.
Yeah, that was
you're
too much.
Not God.
Yeah, that was too much.
Like
that
even
was too much.
I understand that some people could have died, but those people who are at risk, you stay home. Why do I'm young. Why do I cannot go outside past 8:30? That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
And
that was too much. That's too much power to the government.
We went
to tell me that I cannot go
crazy.
That I cannot go outside whenever I want. What the actual fuck? I should be allowed to go outside at 3:30 a.m. and just chill outside if I want. What do you mean I'm not allowed to go out? What the fuck? That was too much in my opinion.
We went way too crazy on that.
Like, that was too much control.
Yeah, and then you remember we went to Florida.
Miami.
But was there people dying on the streets?
Welcome to Miami, yo. That was fucking.
Was there people dying on the streets?
No, I mean it's not people dying on the streets, but it is like I think because what happened is the hospitals were overwhelmed and they didn't have enough staff, and that's why maybe they're like, okay, let's somehow minimize it. But in my opinion, it's the way they minimized it. It's not worth it just to save some lives that are those people that were at risk for. COVID,
you watch out.
They're at risk for other things, not only COVID. There's many other diseases.
You watch out. Why not you watch out?
If you're at risk, you stay at home. You do whatever it takes. You're the one at risk. I'm not at fucking risk. I should be outside fucking living life.
Doing whatever I want.
I'm healthy,
you cannot
I'm
tell
young.
me what I can and can't do if it's not illegal, man.
Bro, they had way too much
crazy.
power. And then I heard on Joe Rogan when he talked with Pierre Poilievre. Did you watch that podcast?
Yeah.
That was a good podcast. And he was talking with Pierre Poilievre where Joe Rogan was like, what I found really crazy was how you guys handled COVID. And I agree 100% with Joe Rogan. That was just fucked up.
Crazy,
That was fucked up.
Like, what was even crazy is how much like a lot of people just were like, okay, yes, let's abide by the rules.
Yeah, but
I couldn't believe, man.
But it's hard to be the one who will in a way sacrifice yourself, because let's say you're like, okay, you know what? I want to go against the law of I cannot go outside after 8:30. Okay, you're gonna do it. Who's gonna follow you? No one, because then what's gonna happen? You're gonna get a ticket, and you're gonna be the one who's gonna be paying ticket, losing money, whatever. So it's like, who's gonna be the one sacrificing himself? No one wants to do it. That's how I see it. But if somehow like we would have gotten a gang of like 500 people, I would have been happy and glad to do it, because I would have been like, okay, we're 500. That's different. But if someone would have told me, okay, Andrei, you be the only one outside to prove a point, whatever. But then I get hit with a ticket of $1,000.
It was just so stupid, man.
Yeah,
All
it was
the
really
shit we
dumb.
did, and
it was
like
really fucking
like
dumb.
even people now, like I think everyone they don't need to agree or disagree, but they can at least say I think everyone can say that we overreacted the fuck out.
Of course we did.
I think everyone can agree to that.
I want to say one thing to people who hate Republicans, American Republicans, during COVID.
Or conservatives or
but I'm now being specific to Republicans in America. Everyone who hates Republicans in America throughout the world, the only ones who handled COVID well was people from Florida and people from Texas. They're the only ones who handled it well. They said, fuck it, we're keeping everything open, and if you're at risk, stay at home.
That seems just logical way to approach it.
Governor DeSantis and Greg Abbott, man.
And look, just like in Gatineau, like how many restaurants closed. Like a lot of restaurants closed. Look at all the money we printed. Look at now the inflation. Like I still think like in 2026, I still think we're still living through the repercussions of what they did during COVID. Like small business got destroyed. Like everyone, how many restaurants did close? BDT closed, La Squadra closed. A lot of restaurants like
Gatineau.
A lot of restaurants in our city have closed down. A lot of small businesses closed down. Look at all the money they printed to give us like CRB. Like look at the inflation now, how crazy it is. How much groceries is more expensive. How much the cost of living is more expensive. Everything is fucking more expensive because you forced us not to work and you gave us money. You had to print that money. Like look at right now how the economy is fucked up.
Yeah, it's way fucked. And also that's the economy side. Imagine the humane side. This is how I see it. Okay, let's say you tell everyone that you have to stay inside and stay isolated. Okay, yes, on paper you will save maybe more lives from people who are at risk. What about depression? I'm sure depression went through the roof because people had to stay at home. Right? You stay at home. And depression. How about obesity? I'm pretty sure obesity went through the roof. I don't have stats right now, but it's just common knowledge and it's logical to say that if everyone needs to stay at home, how many people didn't go to the gym anymore? How many people just stayed at home and didn't do shit? And just staying at home and doing nothing, your mind plays games with you. And then, of course, people who are mentally stable, they find a way, they work out at home and they just feel good, whatever. But depression went through the roof. Obesity went through the roof. Social isolation, which is the main cause of suicide for males, went through the roof. So all these, for one thing, to save these people who are already at risk, we sacrifice so much that the cons outweigh the pros. For
100%. You remember how stupid it was? You could go to a restaurant. When you were sitting down, you didn't have a mask. But when you got up, you had to put a mask. My God.
Some rules didn't make sense.
We all had it like many times, COVID, and fucking we're all okay, man. Like, yeah, we overreacted like crazy.
There's some people now who still get tested for COVID. I'm like, bro, you gotta be. In 2026. I'm like, you still get tested. Like, you have the reflex of getting tested for COVID whenever you have a flu. Someone that I know. Don't worry about it. Someone that I don't know him that much personally, but a friend of a friend, let's say. I was like, bro, are you kidding?
And he went to go test. They still do
for COVID.
They
I'm
still
like,
do tests for COVID.
Who still thinks about COVID?
He still does. They still do testing.
I guess I did. When I heard that, I was like, what? Like, he really okay? Who the fuck gets tested for COVID now? Fucking 2026.
Okay.
Like, that's fucking crazy. And also one thing that Joe Rogan said with the podcast with Pierre Poilievre was how the Canadian government had the power to seize the money of the truckers during
freeze their bank accounts
during their legal protests.
Look, you don't even need to agree or disagree or say that it was illegal or illegal. You could have liked the protest or hated it. I don't care. Just think about this. Just the simple fact that they can do it.
That they have the power.
Just the simple fact that they have the power to freeze your bank account.
That's crazy.
Like, I don't care if you're for or against the truckers.
That's not the question.
Think about that.
That's not the question. That's not the question.
Don't even think about it. Just the fact that they can do it. Like, what the fuck? Are we living in China?
Yeah, I know.
We're living in China and Russia. Like, that's my fucking personal bank account, man.
Even
if I killed someone, you couldn't freeze my bank. You shouldn't be able to freeze it.
I swear, the way they handle the trucker protests, the government, that was the worst fucking thing I
don't even care that much about the trucker protest. It's just the fact that they can't do it.
And the trucker protest, believe me, was probably the most logical protest for the past 20 years in Canada. Everything is shut down. They're like, broski, we cannot live like this. Let us be free. Isn't that the most logical thing?
I think just the way that they did it was very aggressive. I think that's why people did it, because it was very aggressive.
Parking trucks.
No, but I went to go check, and like there was, I was so. Man, did you go?
I went once.
And I went like right in front of the parliament, man. There was a guy in his truck. he had the most redneck truck I ever saw in my fucking life.
Yeah.
And the guy was the
Speak
most...
it closer to your mic.
It was the most redneck truck I ever saw. And the guy was the most redneck guy I ever saw in my life.
Okay.
He was in his truck with a cowboy hat, glasses. He might have smoked 20 smokes in a row. He must have been on drugs.
Okay.
And
Sounds good.
I don't know what he did with his truck, but he had it like parked and he had it revving, and it was like revving and moving in such an aggressive way. And he was just like this, fucking crying.
Like he was ready to...
Bro, he was just like this, smoking cigarettes, bro, with his cowboy hat and his glasses. I was just looking at him, I'm like, that's the craziest motherfucker.
He was ready to ram.
Bro, he was like, and the truck was like, bro, like a truck with like fucking... like bull horns and like with the most redneck shit you ever saw in your life.
But that's just like him wanting to. He never would have done anything.
But bro, he was like the first guy parked. He had the best spot. He was the first one there, bro. And he was just revving. Front?
What do you mean revving? Like it was going back and forth, or it was just vroom,
I don't know trucks. I don't know. Like it was like.
But was he moving back and forth?
No, but it was parked, but it was like moving.
Huh?
Like row. Bro,
it was parked, but it was moving.
Because I don't know. He like. He did something.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know the mechanics.
It looked like he tried to create a scenario of I'm gonna ram this fucking parliament.
Bro,
is that it?
Yeah, no, but he was. I don't know what was the goal, but it wasn't moving, but it was like fucking moving and making a big noise.
Yeah.
And you look fucking like an insane motherfucker. So I think maybe some normal Canadians are like it was too because of guys like him.
Yeah, maybe that
exaggerated a little bit.
I need to see it. Maybe that is too much. I mean, from the way you say it, I mean that is too much.
It was the most redneck thing I ever saw in my life.
I've always said that protests should always be legal as long as they're done in a legal and fair way. As long as it's done legally under the judicial code, then everyone should be allowed to protest. Palestinians, whoever, truckers should always have the right to protest, which is a democratic right. Is to protest and to have that right. But it's just when people do illegal things, that's when I'm like, okay, that's when you're not allowed. Let's say BLM, that was a legit, like I understand the protest.
No, but what they were doing, it was too much.
No, but what they were doing, burning stores and robbing other stores,
fuck, bro?
that I'm like, that's not a protest.
And if you say something against like you're racist,
but no. Yeah, but no, I don't think anyone who's logical says that, saying that those protests, those people, not everyone robbed stores and not everyone put it.
No, I know.
But those actors who did those things, burn stores, rob, whatever, that's just illegal. I don't care if it's a protest. When there's a protest, the law still applies. It's still a functioning society. You cannot just fucking go and rob something from a store or burn down a store or flip a car. It's still illegal.
You cannot do a Palestinian protest and burn the Canadian flag. I'm sorry, you cannot burn the Canadian.
But it's legal. It's legal. As much as I hate to see it, it's legal.
You can burn the Canadian.
You're allowed to burn. But at the same time, I'm allowed to burn a Palestinian flag if I want. I'm allowed. I'm not gonna do it. I think it's just disrespectful, and I don't really care. But
look, we're not in Palestine.
They have the right.
Like in they're here. Whatever. We don't need to talk about that too much.
No, I know, but they have the right to burn a Canadian. That's why I don't mind. That's why. Not that I don't mind.
If it's legal, okay, but I mind.
It's legal, so do it. But I'm not gonna say, oh, that's a good thing. That's a really fucking bad. That's really disrespectful to be on Canadian soil. Canada opened its arms to you and your family for a better life, and then you burn the flag.
Imagine you did that in any other country in the world, and they kick the living shit out of you.
If we're being honest, any other country any Western country, you're allowed, because every Western country is more civilized and more democratic than the rest.
You think like in Spain, you can burn the Spanish flag and they'll let
no one's gonna punch you. In Serbia, burning Serbian flags are gonna kill you.
They're gonna beat. But like the police is going to grab you, bring you in a corner, turn off the cameras, beat the living
cameras.
shit out of you.
No cameras.
No, but
there's no
let's
cameras.
say they have some. Turn them off, beat the living shit out of you, let you there. You call the police and say, "Wow, we don't know what happened to you, sir."
Yeah, but Serbia isn't a Western country, but all Western countries, as it should be. No one is above the law, and if it's the law, you're allowed to do it. And I'm proud, and I'm happy that that's the case. But it's just, yes, burning a Canadian flag on Canadian soil is really fucking crazy. That's really fucking crazy. But
look, like...
As much as burning an American flag on American soil is crazy, as much as burning a Congolese flag on Congolese soil is crazy, it's just fucked up. It's just crazy.
Okay, like it's legal, but... If someone kicked their ass, I'd be like, oh, okay. I wouldn't mind it that much. Maybe fucking deserved it, man.
No, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm just saying it's legal, so they have the right.
Okay.
As much as I have the right to express myself, to speak against Sharia law, against whatever I want to speak, I have that law because it's a law, and I have that right to express myself. So It's the same goes for them. Burn the flag all you want. Talk against Canadians and against Canada all you want. You have that right, and I'm happy you have the right to express yourself because we're in a democratic country, and without expression, liberty of expression, it's not a democracy anymore. But so do I. Simple as that.
Like if we're just talking for talking, like if I was prime minister, if you would do that, I would just be like, well, deport.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Like why not? Like if you hate Canada that much, why do you stay here?
Not because they love Canada. That's the thing.
That's why.
I mean, right? I mean, think about it logically, okay? So you immigrated to a country, like our parents immigrated to a country. You're like, oh fuck, you know what? I really don't like this country. I don't
just leave.
I don't agree with their way of life. I don't agree with their mentality. I don't agree with their politics. And then if you truly think like that, and then you still stay, well, then you're just dumb. Right? Isn't that just dumb? Yeah. Like, isn't the smart move on your part to say, you know what? I don't fit here. I don't agree with them. I feel so out of my place and I'm so different from them. Isn't it smart for me to just go back where I feel like I'm at place? Like, isn't that just logical?
Yeah.
Isn't that just like, if I, the reason I live in Canada and the reason let's say when I think about the future, I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to be in Canada, maybe America, maybe somewhere in Western Europe, but I know I'm going to be in the Western world because I love the Western world. I love living here. I feel good here. I get well with people. I love the Western world. That's why I want to live here. But if I go in Tanzania and I'm like, I don't agree with the people. I don't agree with the politics. I don't agree with anything. I'm such an outsider. But let me still stay here. Isn't that like dumb thinking? Like
people who do it, they're probably just hypocrites.
They're just irrational thinking. No, because they come here, they want everything that Canada has to offer. Like you can be a millionaire, you can be a billionaire, you have all the rich, you can do whatever you want. But I don't know. Maybe bring a fucking psychologist. I don't know. Okay. I know the way of thinking.
Change subject because.
Okay. This is one thing that I wanted because I was watching. What movie was I watching? I was watching a movie, and when I watched that movie, I'm like, bro, I want to punch the shit out of that actor. So my question to you, Luka, is: which movie character or TV character deserves to get punched in the face the most?
Oh, there was a couple. I forgot.
There's a couple. You know the guy from Game of Thrones?
Yeah, that guy.
What's his name?
That's my first, like Jeffrey. Oh, fuck, man. You wanna fucking... But there's others, man. There's others I just watch. I'm like, man, I would... Like, even if it's seen in real life, I think I would punch the living shit out of him.
That's when you know he's the good.
That Jeffrey guy, like, I think that's the classic. Everyone says that.
Yeah.
Because he was such an asshole, yeah.
But imagine what good of an actor he is, man.
Yeah, no, there were some others, but I forgot.
You know, I see so many memes.
What was the movie you watched recently?
With Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. A Star is Born.
Okay, who do you want to beat the shit out of?
The agent of Lady Gaga once she becomes famous.
I forgot about
let me tell you what it is. So Bradley Cooper, he plays like he's always been famous in the movie, right? He's this famous country singer, right? Yeah. Then at the end,
Lady Gaga takes over. And...
Yeah, no, but they're both just Lady Gaga becomes famous thanks to him, and then she gets her own manager, and they're both famous and they're married, right? Then Bradley Cooper goes to that character goes to rehab for alcoholism because he had alcohol and cocaine problem, and then he got out, and then the manager of Lady Gaga goes and sees Bradley Cooper, just them two, and he starts like, and he's small. I hate when small people get all fucking, like, I don't know.
But small people do that a lot.
When short guys get all like, like aggressive Napoleon, I'm like, what? Well, hey, that's another topic.
Like 99% of short guys.
So that short guy went to Bradley Cooper and he's like, you're the worst thing to ever happen. And he just got out of fucking
so you noticed
rehab.
He was small. Like you're looking at his height. While
because I saw that was a shot of Bradley Cooper, tall and good looking, and then him short, and you want to just fucking
He's ugly a little bit.
Oh, bro, not ugly, but he has a face that you can punch. Some
guys have a punchable face.
And that was him, and plus he was short, so that just fucking pissed me off. And then
if it's a tall guy gave me shit.
If he was tall and good looking, I'd be like, take it like a man, talk to him, Him, I'm like,
different. It's different.
Get out of my face. So he went to see Bradley Cooper, and Bradley Cooper just got out of rehab, but mentally he wasn't all stable, right?
Okay.
So he wants to go to see Bradley Cooper. He's like, you're the worst thing to happen to Lady Gaga. Get out of her life. She doesn't need you, blah, blah. And then he was all depressed, and because of that, he killed himself. Really? Remember, he killed himself.
Oh, okay.
But if I was Bradley Cooper, I would have told him.
He killed himself because of what the agent told him.
Well, not simply also because probably he wasn't in the right mind space, but that didn't help. Yeah. Him saying that didn't help being in a situation that
I would have punched a living
But if I was Bradley Cooper, I would have told him, listen here, you fucking midget. Number one, without me, she would have never been famous because Bradley Cooper, he was the character. He was the one who took her when she was a nobody singing in a bar, and then he brought her on the big stage, and then she had the possibility to become famous. So I would have told him, listen here, you fucking short midget piece of shit. Without me, she would have still be singing in bars and no one would know for her. And who the fuck are, like, I would have went crazy.
So but when you were watching that, you were fucking pissed.
Oh, I would have punched him in the throat, bro. I would have punched him in the throat. But
there was other than Jeffrey. There was a couple of other.
The biggest one that I see on social media is I see like everyone puts a picture, like an AI picture of Walter White, all the biggest gangsters in Breaking Bad, all getting along, having a beer, and they write, if Skyler never existed, this is what Breaking Bad would have been like.
Yeah, Skyler was a good one, yeah. Skyler would have punched her in the face. Yeah, sure.
They're like, Skyler just like everything would have worked out perfectly. Walter White would have made millions. The guy Gus Fring, the black guy who was the beginning with the El Pollo Loco, Hermanos, something, he would have still been alive, been the main guy. Everything would have went perfectly if it wasn't for Skyler.
I'm trying to think. There has to be some others like big. Like I remember, like sometimes watching a movie, I'm like, fuck, I want to kick him in the mouth.
You want to fucking?
I don't know why.
You want to slug him,
come
bro?
Right now. It doesn't come.
No,
right
I don't
now.
know. I just wrote it because I was watching the movie. I was like, I gotta ask this question to Luka, man. Who has the most?
King Jeffrey is the classic one. Like when they killed him, I was like, fucking thank you, Lord.
Oh my god, I mean, some people, man. Okay, which fucking question? Okay, let's do this one. Do you think aliens exist somewhere in the universe?
Of course.
Okay, what type of aliens?
I don't know, but of course there has to be another life form somewhere.
This is how I see it.
I think it's a no-brainer.
I think there's a living organism somewhere, but I don't think it's necessarily how Hollywood portrayed it. Green and human bodies. Yeah. But I think there is living organisms. Of course. Living organism. But do you think there's another like
civilization for sure?
Yeah,
for
really?
Sure, 100%. Look how big the universe is.
Civilization.
Like like our galaxy, there's like a trillion, like a 1,000 billions of our galaxy. So there has to be.
I heard, Neil deGrasse Tyson, the black scientist, he said there probably is another civilization, but they're so much more advanced than us that when they saw us and they saw us, they're like, yeah,
like chimpanzees.
We're not wasting time here, so they just left.
Of course, I'm sure.
That's what he said, and he's a fucking huge scientist, one of the biggest scientists in the world.
Sure.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I'm sure.
That's what he said. He's like, what probably happened is there is another civilization, but they're so much more advanced, but like so much that they see us as
like cavemen.
No, he explained not even worse than that. He said like, when you see how to say fourmi, worm.
Like an ant.
He's like, when you see a worm, you don't care about his life, you don't care about what he does because you're like, that's a worm.
Okay,
It's like, that's a worm, so you don't even think about it. And he's like, that's what probably happened with another civilization. They saw us like worms, or
that's
like,
crazy
what the
to think
fuck?
about. So imagine how their civilization is then.
Jesus Christ, man, they got fucking. Like, I don't know, man. Just
they have like TikTok Plus.
Like no woke people.
They have TikTok, like TikTok on steroids.
Yeah, they have like fucking. They have something, man. They have. It must be crazy.
Yeah, but it's crazy to think. It's crazy.
There has to be a living organism, but I don't know if it's like I don't know.
Civilization for sure.
Imagine how fucked up it would be. Like they just pull up on Earth.
It would. I think it would be like. I think it would be like earth shattering. I think like if ever aliens would come on Earth, I think it would change everything. Like nothing would be the same ever again. Like I think we were always talking about, you remember the day when aliens came, how that changed politics, how that changed religion, how that changed the economy, how it changes everything.
Of course. It
changes everything.
You know how fucked up that is?
I think it like, and they say there's a theory that like is it true, not true, but it's fun to talk about.
A theory or a conspiracy theory?
There's a theory, or called the conspiracy theory, that like the U.S. government has stuff like that, alien proof, but that they had discussions that they're like, man, we can't release it because if we release this, like everyone is like, it's gonna get too fucked up. Like everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck? Like who are we? We're nothing. We can, like it's gonna like destroy people's brains. Is it true? Not true? I don't know.
That has to be crazy.
About.
Yeah, it is fun to talk about. That would be really fun.
Like they're like, we cannot release this because people are gonna lose their shit.
And they're like an ET.
No, imagine they're like, okay, look, like Trump does a speech. Is like, okay, we found another civilization, and they're so much more smarter and stronger, and they understand the world way more than us. That we will be like their bitches. Like we cannot tell you that because like you guys would like freak out and be like, You understand?
But maybe their civilization consists of not the same logical rationality that we consider something to be a civilization.
Maybe they're looking at it you guys work, you spend your time to have money to buy stuff. Like that's such a stupid concept. Maybe for them that's like such a crazy concept. You know?
Yeah. Well, if they are way more advanced and they do remain like human beings, so meaning like us, they have brains and they have relationships and whatever, just like everything a human being does. And if they're way more advanced, then I'll just be curious to see like what are we doing wrong? Because if they're way more smarter and advanced, like.
But can you agree to say that there's like a 1,000 billion things that we don't know yet about?
Of
like
course,
life?
Of course, yeah, of course.
Like imagine only in the past 30 years, look at all the shit we invented. So imagine how Earth is gonna look like in 1,000 years. Imagine you take someone from 1026 and you drop him off today. It's gonna be like he's gonna shit his pants.
Do you think that when it comes,
and that's just 1,000 years?
Yeah, but that's like technology. But do you think when it comes to humanities that we already know everything?
No, of course not.
Because let's say Marcus Aurelius,
far.
everything he wrote 2,000 years ago, it makes sense nowadays.
Yeah, because that's like philosophical stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. And let's say the Bible, when it was written, it's still like correct for human relations.
But I feel like we still have a like if I take your knife and I drop in 3026, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? You're not gonna understand nothing. Everything's gonna be different. Everything is gonna be completely different.
Of course.
Imagine you know what's 1,000 years, man. And that's imagine crazy. That like the Earth has almost existed for 5 billion years. Yeah. So imagine how was Earth 1 billion years ago. Dinosaurs. Or how Earth is gonna be in 1 billion years. Yeah. Imagine, like, you know what's 1 billion years?
Yeah, of course.
It's not, you can't even understand.
Yeah, it's 1 billion.
I think we don't even live 1 billion seconds.
Oh, no.
I don't think so.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't think we live 1 billion seconds.
Well, I mean, you can calculate it. Let's say, how many seconds you live in a year?
Okay,
so let's see, 60 seconds.
So 60 seconds.
Calculate that shit, bro.
Time, 60 minutes.
Yeah, that's 1
hour.
Time,
24 hours.
Times 365.
Time 365. So, in a year, you live 31.5 million seconds.
Okay, times 80. Let's say you live 80 years.
Okay, no. So if you live 80 years, you live 2.5 billion seconds. Not that much. Yeah. Seconds. Yeah. 80 years. Not everyone lives 80 years.
Well, I mean, it's the average in Canada. That's why I said 80.
So they live 2.5 billion seconds. But imagine 1 billion years.
No, I know. It's crazy. Yeah. It's really fucked up.
You know, Earth has existed for 5 billion years.
Yeah, of course. But humans only exist for like 150,000 years.
Okay, so what was here 2 billion years ago?
Dinosaurs.
No, not always.
I know not always, but they had dinosaurs.
Yeah, there was dinosaurs 1 year, I think like 60 million years ago. But what was here 1 billion years ago? Maybe another civilization, we don't know.
You think so?
Maybe, man.
I don't think so.
Maybe, you don't know. Like, but how come dinosaurs, it's not crazy, but another civilization is crazy?
No, because dinosaurs
is more crazy than a civilization.
No, but dinosaurs, it's like animals.
But it's fucking crazy.
It is fucking crazy.
Like, imagine seeing a fucking dinosaur.
But dinosaurs didn't invent the car.
No, but still.
Didn't invent a Ferris wheel. Didn't invent clothes.
I know, but imagine fucking looking at it. You're like, fucking...
Well, humans didn't exist at that time.
Okay, but the fucking Earth was run by fucking humongous lizards. Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
It is.
I think it's even crazier than thinking a civilization existed.
Well, for me, it's more crazy. Another civilization with people who look like us? Or?
I don't know how it looked.
Maybe something else.
So you think in 5 billion years there was never another civilization?
Civilization?
Yeah. You think we're the only one in 5 billion years?
Civilization?
In 5 billion years?
I think civilization, yeah.
We're the only one.
Civilization,
in 5 billion years? Yeah. I don't think so.
Civilization, yeah.
I think there was a lot of civilization.
No, I think there was a lot of living organisms like the dinosaurs and whatever else, but I don't think there was another civilization.
I'm sure that there was another civilization.
Before the human race?
In 5 billion years.
Before the human race?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
We will never know.
Oh, yeah, we'll never know. Well, I mean, maybe in the future with technology, whatever, we'll know. But I don't think there was ever another civilization.
I'm sure.
Which isn't the human race.
I'm sure. Because look, are there dinosaurs today?
No.
Okay, and you know they ruled the world.
Well, what do you mean ruled the world?
Like they were the number one, like us. Like who rules the world now? Humans?
Yeah.
Okay, but dinosaurs ruled the world.
No, but there was only dinosaurs at that time.
No, there was other animals too, I think.
No, I think there was...
I'm not an expert, but...
No, it was all of the dinosaur family.
No, I think there were other stuff.
Okay, do you know that the T-Rex isn't the only dinosaur?
No, I know, there's a thousand other...
There's like the fucking long neck and whatever.
There must have been other like stuff, but they ruled the world. And then a fucking big-ass meteorite came, wiped them out, and now look, it's us.
Yeah.
So why couldn't it be something else, like another
civilization? Because I think that if there was another civilization, now the question is, how advanced were they?
I think they could have been more advanced than us.
Okay, well, wouldn't they like find a way to,
but you know,
like keep track, keep record?
But
like,
you understand that
writing, whatever.
That the meteorite wiped out dinosaurs.
I understand.
So maybe there was another meteorite. You know that the Earth was already like a fucking frozen ball a couple of times.
Not completely.
Yes.
No, that frozen like in Europe,
or maybe like 3/4 was frozen, and fucking mammoths ruled the planet.
Yeah, humans existed at that time.
Okay, but you understand,
prehistoric.
You understand that the planet went through a lot of like fucking.
Yes.
You know that the Amazon was once a fucking like the Amazon forest.
Yeah.
Like the Sahara Desert.
Yeah, what's a forest? Okay, yeah.
But bro, like, so this is just to tell like how much the Earth can change over. But you know what's 5 billion years? So many shit can happen.
You cannot even fathom those many years. So you can't even think about it. I know, I understand.
So I think there's more chance that there was than there was not, if you think it like that.
I don't think there's another civilization. I think living organisms, of course.
I think for sure there was another
civilization. Imagine if it was like
more advanced than us. I'm sure.
Do you think that humans came to fruition by like Adam and Eve, or do you believe in what's the term? Fucking like evolution.
I don't believe in evolution.
I think that evolution sometimes they go too crazy because I see a picture.
I don't think we come from monkeys.
Like, no.
I don't think we come.
I think we come from monkeys.
I don't think so.
No, but not monkeys. But I think that what I believe, I think that sometimes evolution they went too crazy because sometimes you go like, okay, we were a fish and then we were this. I think that's too much. But I think that we were like, before now we're Homo sapiens. That there were Homo Neanderthals.
Yeah, but I don't think we were I don't think we were I don't think we were a monkey.
Not a monkey, because monkeys still exist.
We were like a different human than now, but we didn't look like a monkey, I think.
No, but we were primates, just like monkeys are right now. Like this is what I think.
I don't think so.
This is what I think. I think that our species and a monkey species, there were always two different species. Just our species.
We will never know.
They were mentally more developed. That's why we started creating tools. We started doing this, and then we just started like having.
But what's the term? We're the only animal that we're so different than all the other animals. Like we're the only animals that like build cameras and build houses and build mics and do podcasts. Like, is there any fucking other animal that does even something close to that?
But monkeys do tools. They do like
but they don't do podcasts.
No, of course.
They don't have social media accounts. But you see how different we are.
Yeah.
And also what humans we do, like we destroy our environment to like build like skyscrapers, like all the animals, they adapt to their environment. We like destroy our environment to like build like our civilization.
Yeah, because we make it better for us.
But like,
because if you had the choice to live in a fucking forest or to live in a condo, it's funner to live in a condo.
But like, what's more like beautiful to live in, like, because we like like I listened like to there's still like people living in the Amazon forest, like there's still like tribes living there, and like us, because we're stupid, we don't understand nature. But in nature, there's a lot of fucking smart stuff to understand. Like me and you, we couldn't survive a day in the Amazon forest. Like we would die from something. But fucking civil tribes live in there and they have kids and everything.
Live there,
because they know like how to use the environment and to live in it. But we don't know.
For generations, yeah.
Yeah, but like the nature is like a very sophisticated like machine.
Of course.
Like everything communicates. Like the trees communicate to the plants, to the water, and they all like, it's all like a living bioorganism.
Yeah.
Everything's alive and it communicates. And like animals, they just like live in that synergy, but we like destroy it. And,
yeah, because
what's like smarter, our cities or the forest? I think the forest is smarter than our cities.
No, our cities.
But it's not like alive. Like our buildings are not alive, but like you go in a forest, everything is alive and communicating and
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but okay, this I understand what you're saying. But humans, everything that we do is for two things. It's the same like animals. It's for reproduction and for survival. It's just us. It's more sophisticated, and we make it easier.
I wouldn't say more sophisticated. I think us, it's like we adapt our surroundings. I wouldn't say it's more sophisticated than someone who lives in perfect symbiosis with nature. Because I find like nature is a more smarter organism than a city. Let's say a city, it's not smart. It's just something we built.
Okay, but where do you have higher chances of survival, in a city or in a forest?
I don't know. I think like in those tribes in the Amazon, there's like a lot of old people.
Because they can get killed by snakes. We cannot get killed by snakes.
Yeah, but that's like nature. It's more natural.
Of course. But as humans, that's what I'm saying. Human beings, all creatures, are on planet Earth for two reasons, basically: survival and reproduction. Yeah, that's the only reason.
But as humans, we do it in a fucked up way.
Everything we do was because I have to go through years and years. Everything we do is because, okay, this will make us be better for survival and reproduction. Now it's a different question because there's less kids getting made, so maybe that's another discussion. But the reason we started, before we were nomad, we would move around, we'd follow the animals, and then we would sleep there, and then we would kill them and whatever. But then we realized, okay, we can be sedentary, start staying there. And then also, if you look at one thing to see that what I'm saying is true, that in terms of when it comes to survival, it's better to be sedentary, just like we are. The age of that they live the longest is people who live in cities, not people who live in forests. They die younger.
I understand what you're saying. We live older. I understand what you're saying. It's just like
and it makes reproduction easier in a way, but it's just not because now we went to probably now mentally we're all fucked up with everything.
I think the birth rate's never gonna get back. I think it's only gonna be lower.
No,
I think it's never gonna go back.
No, I don't. You think we're gonna go extinct that way?
I think we're going because I think what's happening, because we're being more and more technological, we're being more and more living in cities, we're becoming more and more not a natural human. We're more and more we always have our phone on us, AI, we're talking to AI more and more, we're on our computers more and more, we're doing digital stuff more and more. I think we're being less, I think more that time pass, we're less and less human. Having a wife and having kids and founding a family, that's a very human, natural thing. But I think a lot of people a lot of people are not getting married. A lot of people are having kids less and less, more time advanced, because we're being more I see a lot of stuff people having less and less sex. Every year, less sex. People are going out more. People are marrying more, less, having less kids. I think we're just getting more weird. Getting weird. We're getting less and less natural.
Yeah, because,
I feel
because what happens is there's more autism than before. There's more social awkwardness than before.
But that's weird. We're not supposed to be like that.
No, of course we're not supposed to be socially awkward. We're supposed to be socially really good because that's how we survive.
And we're supposed to.
Before, when it was tribes of 300, 400 people, no one was socially awkward. Everyone knew everyone. Everyone reproduced with
everyone had a bunch of kids. Everyone
that's how it was. But what I'm saying is,
what
I'm saying is, even now, everything we do is subconsciously for survival or reproduction. The reason people want to be famous is because they know they're gonna have higher chances of reproducing with women. It's subconscious. It's not like people saying, "Oh, you know what? I want to be the next Justin Bieber so I can reproduce more." But it's I'm gonna get more girls, more money. More money means a better lifestyle. A better lifestyle means better chance of survival. It's just all subconscious. That's what I mean.
We're having sex for fun, not for having kids. We're just I think the bird is just always gonna go down, and I think it's never gonna go back up. I think we're getting more and more selfish and individualistic, and
I think
and we like our social media, and I want to have an Instagram with a lot of followers. I don't care that much about having a
but wife and kids. All of that comes from the subconscious need to reproduce and survive.
I know, but we're fucking failing.
Yeah, in terms of reproducing. Yeah, in terms of that we are.
But do people understand that's the way we fucking exist?
No, of course.
I think people don't talk about that enough. I think in Canada it's 1.2. Do people realize if we continue like that, in 100 years we're gonna be fucking millions and millions less? Maybe cities are gonna be fucking empty, man. Do you understand?
Those are thousands of years, I think.
But look, if people now have, every couple has 1.2 kids, and you continue like that, so at every 100 years, half, because two are making one. So at every 100 years, someone so all the two parents who had one, they die after 100 years. So then it's half, right? Because two had one. And now those ones had one.
Yeah, I understand the math behind it. But I still think that it's never going to reach that point where we go extinct because of our lack of reproduction skills.
Maybe something's going to happen that's going to change, but I feel it looks like, in Korea, South Korea is 0.8.
That's crazy.
They said something for every 100 people that exists now, there's only going to be 4 grandchildren. So in 4 generations, 100 people is going to be 4.
We're going to be less.
Yeah, so for every 100...
Okay, but what does that necessarily mean for the world if we're less?
It's going to change everything, man. Like, everything's going to be completely different.
So now we're 8 billion. Let's say in 300 years, we're 6 billion.
There's going to be empty cities. The economy is going to be way different. There's going to be way less people working, way less money, way less companies, way less everything.
Won't the economy, like, adjust to how many people there are? Like, you don't understand?
I understand, but I think like those 2 billion people that are living now, they're living in apartments and houses, right? Like, so let's say they're gone. Like, what happens?
Is this the first time in human history where the birth rate is going down?
No, I think it's since second World War, there was like the baby boom because everyone came back from the war and they had a lot of kids and it was like a
economy went well. Yeah.
I think since baby boom was like every year it's been slowly going down.
No, but I'm talking about throughout history, so hundreds of thousands of years.
I don't think we track that data.
Let's say during the Roman Empire, the world population was like probably 100 million. The world population, something like that. I'm pretty sure. I don't have it exactly.
I think it was going like steadily up. And
yeah, that's my question.
Been going steadily down.
That's my question. Is this the first time in human history where we're going down in birth rate?
I don't know. I did, but since when did they calculate birth rate?
Because they know like how much we were during, let's say, the Roman Empire. They know how many people existed. Let's say in 14, like, out of curiosity, let's say 1600s, right? It's not that far ago, but it's kind of modern times, Renaissance and all of that. So let's see what was the world population. Because I'm pretty sure that this is the first time in history where the population is going down. Because ever since humans exist, we've always been going up in population.
I think it's gonna start getting down soon.
I think we plateaued.
We plateaued.
Yeah, I think we plateaued.
Probably.
I think that's what happened.
It's just gonna go down from now.
Because you know how they say that before, humans were smaller. Like even in 1800s, the average male height was shorter than now. Okay. But it kept getting taller and taller because in general, women prefer taller guys. So it just kept getting taller and taller and taller. But they say that now we plateau. What was it again?
We plateaued.
We plateaued for that now it's not going to get taller and taller because we reached a plateau.
Okay, we cannot be taller than what we are right now.
Yeah, we can, but it's just like we reached a plateau. The average height isn't going to get taller and taller. It's plateaued.
Okay.
Ça l'a plafonné. What was the world population, let's say? I just want to see how is it fucking... In 1600. Look, so listen, around the year 1600, the world population is estimated to have been 550 million people, roughly.
And you see now we're fucking like
8 billion.
8 billion, but it's going to go down now because when you look at the world birth rate, it's only Africa that's over 2.
That's crazy. Imagine America has...
Like, is that ChatGPT? Yeah. Ask him in 100 years how many humans are going to exist if we continue like this for fun. If the world birth rate continues like this in 100 years, how many humans are going to exist?
I said 200 years.
It's going to be way less, I think. If it continues
like this. They say 9 to 11 billion.
Huh? 9 to 11 million.
Okay, no, listen what's going to happen. So Jordan Peterson talked about it. We're going to peak at 10 billion. He said that.
Because already made the kids.
Yeah, we're going to peak at 10 billion. So in 2100, we're going to be at 10.3 billion. Peak, and they said peak or near peak. And then 220, likely stable or slightly declining. So it's going to start declining in hundreds of years.
Okay.
Yeah, which is logical.
Okay,
yeah.
So in 2025, so 2,100, 10.3 billion peak to 2022, likely stable or slightly declining. Okay, it's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah, but Jordan Peterson said, what's going to happen is, he said right now we have a birth rate problem, which is the opposite of what people think. But then he explained and said, we're going to peak at around 10 billion and then it's going to keep going down after that.
Okay, but we're going to be dead. So fucking you guys figure it out.
Yeah, you guys fucking figure it out.
I don't care.
Yeah, a plateau around 10 billion, then stabilization or decline.
Well, they'll fucking figure it out.
If you want, I can show you which countries will dominate population in the future. Yes.
Like
Africa becomes huge.
That's what it says. Yeah, Africa is going to become...
Spoiler. Africa, the biggest growth story. Africa is projected to drive most of the world's population growth. Right now, they have like fucking 5-6 kids everyone.
Yeah.
Population could go from 1.4 billion today to 3 to 4 plus billion in 2100.
Yeah. Because they're making so many kids.
Countries in like Nigeria, DR Congo, Ethiopia will explode in population. They also have a very young population.
They'll come populate the Western countries that all the people like.
Asia's still dominant but stabilizing. Asia will remain the most.
A lot of kids.
Asia will remain the most populated region, but growth slows or reverses. India becomes/stays number one. China's already shrinking population. Countries like Japan and South Korea face serious aging crises. Europe is expected to shrink significantly. Very low birth rates, aging population, fewer workers, more retirees. Future depends heavily on immigration, family policy changes. North America, stable growth thanks to immigration.
Okay, how long has it been now?
We'll still have 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. Okay.
We're going to do a last question and then we'll wrap it up right there so you can go sleep.
Fucking, it went fucking quick. But it's almost fucking 11.
Do you think, should people prioritize passion if you rolled? Okay, let's do this one because 5 minutes, so it can be pretty quick. The other questions are pretty more philosophical. So if you ruled the world for one day, what is the first rule you would make?
World peace.
It's a rule?
Yeah, like world peace.
That's good. Yeah.
Because war is fucking disgusting.
Okay, everyone would say world peace. You're the leader, you're a dictator of America. What's the first law you're putting into place? So you cannot say world peace.
I'm a bad guy.
No, you're not. You don't have to necessarily, you're just a dictator. Not necessarily a bad guy, you're just a dictator. So you have the supreme power.
That you cannot never take my power away.
No, but that's already a rule. You're the king of America.
What the fuck? What kind of law you want me to put this? See, I don't
know, tell me.
You tell me first.
If I was king of America, oh, bro, I'd have fun, man. If I was king of America. I don't know.
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know. Okay, let's do another one then and then we'll wrap it. What do you think our generation? No. Okay, let's do... Okay, what invention changed the world the most?
Like that we can control electricity. Like Nikola Tesla, before Nikola Tesla, we couldn't have lights, we couldn't have cameras, we couldn't have phones, we couldn't have nothing. Like the only fact that we can have all of these electronics is because you can control electricity. He literally changed our civilization,
modern world. Yeah, it's crazy to think how a camera works.
But everything,
it's kind of fucked up.
It's crazy to think how a fucking cell works. Like everything, like how this mic.
I don't understand. Yeah, it's crazy.
I use this, I press a button, and then I can talk to you even if fucking the other end of the world.
Yeah, I know
it's crazy.
It's crazy how it works.
It's crazy how everything.
I don't really understand. Like, how can it? A camera. How can it capture me exactly right now? How
like
I am?
I don't understand either.
It's like frames per second or something like that, but still,
like it takes a lot of pictures. I don't know.
Yeah, it takes. Yeah, that's what it is. It takes a lot of pictures, and then it's like a video.
Okay.
But still, how can it? Like what is the thing that takes a picture of what I'm seeing right now with my eyes?
I don't understand either.
Do you know, Matt? Comment que la caméra live filme moi exactement comme que je suis?
Ça prend des photos.
Ça prend des photos. Mais comment qu'une affaire prend une photo de quelque chose que moi je vois avec mes yeux?
Ah, c'est la lumière.
Ah. Puis la lumière, c'est grâce à la lumière que comme tout.
Okay, ben là, c'est grâce à la lumière que je peux te voir. S'il n'y avait pas de soleil, on verrait fuck all.
Ah, c'est ça?
S'il n'y avait pas de soleil, comme j'ai déjà été à quelque part que c'est pitch black.
Tu vois rien, parce qu'il n'y a pas de lumière.
Comme rien. Comme bro, il y a un restaurant à Montréal, là, c'est l'eau noire, là. Bro, tu vas là, tu mets ta main ici, tu la vois pas. Parce qu'il n'y a pas de lumière. Dans la pièce, il n'y a aucune lumière, bro. Tu mets ta main comme ça, tu la vois pas.
Oui, ça, je comprends. Fait que la caméra, basically, ça capture la lumière qu'elle a en avant d'eux, puis c'est ça qui fait en sorte qu'on voit moi comme que je suis, puis Luka.
Tout ce qu'on voit, c'est à cause qu'il y a de la lumière.
Non, je me demandais, I always ask that question, like, how can that... But it's light.
Mais là, dans le fond, tu veux te dire comme s'il n'y a pas de lumière, il n'y a rien qui existe? On fait un podcast là-dessus.
I guess.
S'il n'y a pas de lumière, il n'y a rien qui existe.
I guess that was it. Okay, but what else? What another invention? Let's do another invention. That was one invention. Let me do another one. Yeah. You know how they say the wheel changed so much? I think that's one thing that changed a lot. Because think about it. There won't be any cars.
I think cars is not that a crazy invention.
It's not a crazy invention. The airplane is a crazy invention.
Yeah, it's a crazy invention.
The airplane is a fucking crazy invention. How can you get a fucking thing to fly in the sky? No one believes in Henry. Who was the guy? Henry Ford? No, that's the guy from Ford for the car. I don't know, and I think it's Henry Ford who did the airplane also.
I don't know.
But that's also one invention that's really...
Yeah, just the fact that like you can go from... Like before, to go to Europe from North America was like months and months by fucking. Now it's like 6 hours.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's
or
crazy.
that we can go to to space.
Yeah,
that's
too's
also really
crazy.
fucking crazy that we can go to space. Who would have thought that we can go to fucking space? Yeah, I guess that's it. What else would you say? One last
crazy invention, like
the craziest invention,
like the toilet. Before toilets, people were just shitting and pissing everywhere.
Yeah, that's a good invention.
The toilet and the system.
Well, let me think about society real quick. Let me think about what's
electricity.
crazy.
Electricity is
Electricity
the
is
craziest.
really crazy.
It's what powers our whole. Like imagine, Andrei. Imagine
AI is pretty fucked up.
Imagine just a week of no electricity in every city. Like people will lose their shit, man.
I'm trying to find like the biggest. You think that's the biggest, craziest invention so far?
Electricity. That we can control electricity. That's the biggest invention that we've done. Because like, and imagine you just live a week without electricity. You couldn't.
Nah, I understand it.
No lights, no nothing.
Yeah, I guess electricity.
No car, no phone.
Yeah, I guess.
No fridge.
Yeah.
Like all the food would go bad. Like all the.
I'm thinking about everything else, and I'm thinking about the boat. No, it's not as crazy as electricity. I'm thinking about
the fact that we can control electricity.
Yeah. I think maybe that is the most fucked
crazy,
up one.
bro. It's fucking
crazy.
crazy.
I think that's the most fucked up. Invention of fire isn't that fucked up. Maybe for their time, but I mean, it's still not as fucked up as electricity.
Like, how do you control
car?
Like how do you create electricity? Like did fucking Nikola Tesla take a lightning bolt? Like I don't understand. Like is there a lightning bolt in that?
But my question is, what went through his mind to even think about it? Okay, let me control
and
electricity.
How did he think like that's gonna power everything? Like it's fucking
crazy. That's crazy.
Is there electricity in that light?
Yeah, of course.
It's actually no. Is there like lightning? It's like lightning is the same thing as lightning.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's fucked up.
That's probably the most fucked up invention. You had to be a fucked up guy like Nikola Tesla, man.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, so yeah, lightning, electricity is the most fucked up invention. That was it, guys. Peace out.